Okay, so take a graphic, like about a circle, pie plate size circle, completely blank or white or what have you, and on that circle, draw a little pie slice that's maybe, I don't know, an inch at the top that goes then to the center. So you have a pie plate, it's white, maybe it's 12 inches diameter, and you got that little sliver. Now picture taking that pie plate or that real plate or that circle or that disc, whatever it is, and spinning it on your finger, and then just putting your finger on it and magically stopping at some point, or just arbitrarily, like a lottery, just having it stop. Now let's go back a second. Most of that plate is our lives, or representing our lives. Our lives, believe it or not, are not spent in the woods or in the mountains or in the severe crags and cracks and nooks and crannies of cliff sides and things like this that you see in survival shows. Most of our lives are spent in suburbia. Most of our lives are spent in the city or the outskirts of the city. And what that means is that if there's a freeze frame, a moment that life suddenly changes or stops due to a natural disaster, or maybe some kind of war or an EMP, or as some of my favorite YouTube hosts say, what if ninjas come and attack your town? Your town is going to look like suburbia. Your town is going to look like a city. Your town is not going to look like some scrub brush, make-ready lean-to in the middle of the woods somewhere. And that's for most of us. Now, there's some people out there who live and are fortunate enough to live close to great mountain ranges and have beautiful prairie homes and mountain homes, but most of us don't. So this is a new channel. It's called Everready 1771. I'm hoping it's going to be as off the cuff as possible, but what I want to bring to YouTube is some creativity, some imagination, in making things and crafting and prepping things, and I hate to use that word prepping, but kind of resourcing, altering, customizing, and sometimes buying and reviewing. We're going to do a lot of that. Things that can help you in every day, and then hopefully in a survival mode. Because most of us don't live in the woods. Now, I was brought up kind of on the outskirts of a suburban kind of area, and then later moved to the city and lived most of my life in the city, intending then to move to the Northwest, which is where I live now, to be getting towards the woods, get more out to the woods and hiking and trailing and all this other stuff that I really didn't get to learn as a kid, or kind of it got broken as a kid. The thing is now my small town or small city is turning into a giant city. So more and more I want to get out and go to some of the highest mountains, some of the neatest ranges and trails that you can go to here in the Northwest. So I hope to bring that to my channel as well. But what I want to do is illustrate things that you can make at home, things that can help you, maybe things that can help you in the city, things that can help you go from the city to the countryside, an emergency, or mountain area if there's an emergency. But I don't want to pretend to be some kind of super survival expert. I will say that I'm very resourceful, and I'd like to spend every day coming up with new creative things that are fun and show some energy and to share. And so when I bring something to this camera, I'm hoping that you'll respond. Maybe you'll try what I've made, alter it, put some of your stuff up. I will tell you if I've done something before or tried something before, or if I've seen it from YouTube. I'm not going to lie to you. If I get an idea from something, or if I saw something, I'm going to show you. But I also want to say that I don't watch a lot of this stuff on YouTube as far as crafting and all that stuff, because I don't want to kind of just follow what other people are doing. I think it's important for us to customize things for ourselves. An example of that might be, I've got small to mid-sized hands. I also have a lot of wrist problems. What that means is that there's a lot of equipment and tools and things that I can't use. So maybe if I use something, or if I have a piece of equipment that I really like that I'm reviewing, maybe you'll like it too. Because I don't know, maybe you're an older person, you don't have you know, great hands anymore. Maybe you busted them out, busted your wrists out, or wore them out. Maybe you're a younger person with smaller, weaker hands. Maybe you're a woman. I don't know. I don't mind being called a girly man. You know, for having weak wrists is not my fault. I've done a lot of work. So the thing is, I hope this channel is going to be fun. I'm going to try to make it as off the cuff as possible, and an example of that is I put these little cue cards here under the camera, and I haven't followed them yet. I just want to kind of connect with folks out there and not be so scripted. So anyway, this is my first video. I know the sound's going to suck. I threw this backdrop up. I'm literally in my townhome here in Seattle. So I'm not fooling anybody. Anyway, but I'm going to put some cool stuff up here. Oh, and by the way, so I think the title of this video might be that Paracord sucks as shoelaces. Now, this is my opinion, but I think I learned 4 or 5 years ago that Paracord, you know, I read somewhere, I saw somewhere, Paracord could be really great in your shoes and hiking and stuff. No, I've done a lot of hiking now, and I love Paracord, so don't get me wrong. I think everyone should have hanks of it in their bag, and you can use it for so many things. It's so great. But Paracord sucks, absolutely sucks for shoelaces. I've had my laces come undone. I've tried everything with Paracord in hiking boots and shoes and whatever else. Guess what? Round laces always come undone. It doesn't do you any good if you're constantly or every couple miles, you know, redoing your shoelaces and that kind of thing. So I can tell you from experience that Paracord sucks as shoelaces. Now, keep Paracord for every other reason. Now, it could be a great replacement shoelace, don't get me wrong, obviously strong enough, but it's still going to come undone. So I want everyone to know that Paracord really does suck as a shoelace. Don't listen to people, don't use it for that. But anyway, look to my channel for some really cool, as they say, hacks, things to make, things to craft. Some things will be simple, some things will be complex, but stay tuned, and you'll have fun. So, everybody, 1771, this is James. Bye.